This week I'm discussing the comfort zone. I want to explain to you what it means to be in the comfort zone, what it means to be out of it. Here in the comfort zone, there's a false sense of security. You feel safe and you feel like you're in control, but in reality, someone or something is controlling you. For instance, churches. You're following leadership or a pastor. You're not actually in control. As far as addiction goes, whatever you're addicted to is actually controlling you. You're not in control of it as much as you want to think that you are. You're not. And as far as domestic violence goes, the spouse or the significant other is the one in control. And as far as suicide goes, suicidal thoughts or tendencies are not in your control. Something else is controlling you. These are very simple things to think about, and it also helps you gauge people that are stuck in these zones. The next one is the fear zone, which a lot of people like to stay stuck in. And I need you to be aware of these kind of people, because you'll run into these people more than anybody else, I think. At least that's been my experience. And what these people do is they lack the self-confidence. They lack the ability to come to responsibility and come to terms with who they are. They find excuses. And they are being affected by other people's opinions. And they live here. The problem with these two zones is they're victim zones. They adopt other people's belief systems, really don't have ones of their own. And they do not produce fruit because they're not in line with the Holy Spirit and with God. These are the critical spirit people. The next zone is where you become a victor, the learning zone. And it's starting the light. You are becoming the light of the Lord, whereas these are darkness. Something to think about. In the learning zone, you're now entering the victor zone. You are dealing with your challenges and your problems. You're acquiring new skills and you're extending your comfort zone. You're beginning and defining your belief system and your value system in this zone. And I love people in this zone because they are teachable. These are the critical spirit people. These are the teachable spirits. It's very important to discern the two. And in the last zone is the growth zone. And in the growth zone, you're confident with who you are. You have purpose. You're living your dreams. You're setting new goals and you're conquering objectives. This is the productivity zone. You are on a mission. You inspire, you motivate, and you encourage other people to get to this zone. Lots of times though, in the growth zone, or even in the learning zone sometimes, you are alone. You are battling this, conquering this alone because you are now in demand of people that are victors in your life. You're no longer willing to deal with these types of people in your life. These types of people will stunt your growth. These are the toxic people that prevents you from going forward. It's something to really think about. If you're in leadership, these are the kinds of people you're looking for. Either that for your jobs, for management positions, for churches. These are the people that you want in leadership. If you have these types of people in leadership, you're looking for a high turnover rate. That's what these people do. So really think this through. You can apply this to your personal life. You can apply it to your job. You can apply it to anything. These are the kind of people you want to steer away from. I'm not saying that you can't work with these people. There are people that can come out of this. Absolutely. But you're going to have to discern whether these are the people you want in your life or not in your life. Some of these people you can have in your life but distance yourself from. Others you just have to walk away from because they're too toxic and they can actually stunt your growth in these areas. Another thing that I have learned over the years is these are unsafe people and these are safe people. And what do I mean by that? Well, in my book, Your Value as a Woman, I have shown people what this means. And inside my book, unsafe people. These are the people that think that they have it all together, but instead don't admit their weaknesses. They are defensive instead of being open to feedback. They're self-righteous instead of being humble. They only apologize instead of changing their behavior. They avoid working on their problems instead of dealing with them. They demand trust instead of earning it. They believe they are perfect instead of admitting their faults. They always blame others instead of taking responsibility. They will lie instead of being honest. They are stagnant instead of growing. They avoid closeness instead of connecting. They're only concerned with the I instead of we. They're not relationship-centered. They resist freedom instead of encouraging it. They condemn us instead of forgiving us. They stay in parent-child roles instead of relating to us as equals. They are unstable over time instead of being consistent. They are negative influence on us rather than being a positive one. And they gossip instead of keeping our confidences. A safe person, on the other hand, values love, connection, and have the ability to trust. They value responsibility. They take responsibility for themselves and value that in other people. Neither are they overly dependent on others or codependent on others. They feel responsible for others. They value honesty, ability to be known, transparent in who they really are. They work on their own issues. They respond to truth. They have a good track record. They may fail, but they learn from failure and move on, and are in progress of making a good track record, even if this is a new beginning for them. They can be observed and tested, and you can see in them what they are in interacting with other people. They bear good fruit and in your life by being with them, because they encourage you to grow individually and in your connection with other people. I'm not saying that you have to get rid of these people in your life, but I'm saying that the unsafe people in your life can put a hold on what you're trying to accomplish. I suggest that this week you pray over the people that you believe are the unsafe people in your life. You seek counsel. Do I need to distance myself, or do I need to remove them from my life at this moment? If you're in a leadership position and you have an unsafe person, go to your leadership, have a chat with them, and decide what changes need to be made in order to make your company, your church, whatever you're doing, a successful place of business. This is about putting people in leadership who will value the employees, who will value your flock, who will value other people in leadership. It's not about you. It's about what God can do for you. That's the difference. So I'm asking you this week to pray about it diligently. Think about the people that are even in your circle. Do they uplift you, or do they suck the life out of you? The Bible's very clear. Our tongues can either lift others and give life, or it can steal from you and produce death. You really have to think this through and really weed it out. Trust me, we've been through seasons of being alone because we'd rather be alone than be with unsafe people. It's really a decision you're going to have to make. And in that alone time, seek God. He's there for you. We've had to really rely on Him in those dark seasons of being alone and isolated. But God is showing us there's so many other people out there like us that have a light to shine brightly for others, and we are reaching out to those people. If you are yourself struggling with this, I'm here to help. I have a book. I have resources. I am here for you to help you discern those people in your life that either are for you or are against you. And in this life and in this time, to be surrounded by people that are against us is not valuing you, and it's not valuing God. So please take this time today to really assess the inventory of your life and the people that are in it. And if you need help, prayer, or just support or encouragement, we are here for you. And we love you, and we appreciate you, and we thank you so much for being here, for seeing all the things that God has shown in my life for me to share with you today.